Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I am crafting again with Nicole Spore's latest collection with Spellbinders. The collection is Merry Mugs and Circle Delights. And one of the really cool aspects about this collection is that there are a couple of base die sets. One that gives you the round circle ornaments and another that gives you the mugs. But then besides that, there are additional sets that allow you to create different critters or characters for your mugs and ornaments both. One thing that I noticed is that there's a shocking lack of pandas included in the characters and critters, but thankfully with not too many modifications, or really in the case of the red panda, which I'm making now, it's actually not that hard to get some pandas. So with the red panda, this one's the simplest. It's not a stretch at all because red pandas are, I don't know if they are officially, but they are very close to raccoons, at least in look. I don't know in terms of genetics, but there is a subset of pieces from the whimsical Winter Critters set that allows you to create a raccoon. So all I've done is actually just die cut those pieces out of red panda colors, and voila, we have a red panda. So I've used some of the Spellbinders cardstock here. I think this one is terracotta, which is a really nice sort of orangey brown. If it was a little bit more reddish, I think it would really be spot on with the coloring of a red panda. But what I did was die cut the circle base in white, and then all of the additional accents for the stripings are in that terracotta color. The red pandas have more whitish ears, and so the base of the ears is white with there's also a layer for kind of the inner ear portion, and I've die cut that out of black. So really, really adorable. The only thing that I changed up, and this could be a sloth too, if you kind of want it to look like a sloth, it could be a sloth, could be a raccoon, could be a lot of anything that has those bandit eyes. I think this set or collection of die cuts could be used for. I think the only thing that I swapped out instead of what is recommended for if you were to create this as a raccoon or a sloth is the muzzle. I use the piece that's a little bit more bear-like. It's larger than the other piece that, if you actually look at the Spellbinders website, if you're at all perplexed as to how to assemble these different critters, there is an assembly guide, I suppose. It's a nice little graphic that shows you each of the different critters that you can assemble, and then the different die cut pieces that you would need. So what I've done with the red panda here is to just swap the muzzle or the mouth piece, and opted for the one that's a little bit more bear-like. It's a little bit larger. That's the wonderful thing about this set, is because it's kind of like paper dolling. You have a lot of different shapes for the ears, for the mouth, and stripings for the fur. So really just let your imagination go crazy with this and mix and match. If you see other critters in this collection of shapes, then go for it. And that's one of the things that I really love about this collection, because you have so many different options, and there are some suggestions for some of the animals that you can create, but I don't think you're limited to that. So after I put together this red panda, I am also going to put together your more classic black and white panda. Now, for the muzzle piece, what I did was to put a little bit of my Kalau 3D glue gel. I use this a lot, and I do get asked a lot, what glue is in the syringe, and it is, the brand is Kalau, and it's called 3D glue gel. I get it from Craft Stash or Crafter's Companion. Just depends on, who's got the better sale. And both of those companies are UK companies, so it can take some time to get to you if you do want to order from there, but I always leave links to all of the staples that you see me use often are in all of my videos. So if you are curious, you can check that out in the description box below. And the reason why I like the 3D glue gel is because it's fast and convenient, and even though I do like using my low profile foam, sometimes it's just easier to use the glue gel, even when the pieces aren't teeny tiny. I mean, that's when it's most useful, but I find it's also just very convenient. Now for the panda, what I'm going to do to get that classic panda eyes, dark eyes, is I'm gonna take the same striping for the bandit eyes on the red panda that I used, but I'm gonna die cut it a second time to give it a rounded end, kind of make it look a little bit like a kidney bean, because that's a little bit more what I see when I look or think about those panda eyes. So all I've done is just rotated the die cut around, and using the same die and that same curved end, just cut out that curved end on the opposite side. And that gives you a piece. I've already done it on one eye there. And it gives you a piece that, instead of extending all the way to the edge of the face, it will just curve, and that way I can just use it as a little patch. Now, the one thing with doing this is that the die cut does deboss the location for where you're supposed to put the eyes. So all I did was I just took a ball stylus and ran it against the backside, the underside, and just rolled that debossing out. You can clearly still see it. It's not going to completely remove the debossing, but it will at least flatten everything so that it's the same level, and it's all flush instead of being debossed. It will still leave that sort of outline impression, and in fact you'll have two, because we ran it through that same die twice. I don't super mind that. If you don't like that at all, then maybe there's a die in your stash that comes close to this shape, or maybe you want to just hand cut something. That would be an option as well. You could also just go for perfect circles, or ovals, I mean. And so maybe you might have an oval die that would be small enough to work. I like the subtle roundedness, again, that sort of kidney bean shape, and I think that's a little bit closer to the shape of those panda patches around their eyes. As well, the scale of this works really well because it has been designed to be used in that way, just, kind of a little bit different for the bandit eye look. So that's how I got the eye patches. And then for the rest of the panda, there are a set of ears that are a bit more rounded, so that does fit with the panda ears a bit better. And again, I've used the same muzzle that I used on Red Panda, which I think works really well for bears, and I've just attached the little nose. I did put a little bit of light pink cardstock behind the mouth for both of the critters, both of my pandas today, and that just gives them just a little bit of color for their mouth. And I did still put the black circles for the eyes. I did still put that on top of the patch, the little fur patch. And it's black on black, but that's okay, because what I actually also do is add a bit of white gel pen highlight to the eyes. You'll see that when I bring the card up close, and that is meant to sort of give that impression of that specular highlight of the eyes. And so that helps to bring the panda to life a little bit. The adding this extra little circle, and I should note, I'm not putting that where the original deboss impression is, because these eye patches have to be tilted in a little bit of a different way for it to kind of look a little bit more panda-like. So it doesn't end up being that you would position the eyes in the same location as how you would use it if you were going to use the die cut in its original design. So that is something to note. And I'm going to do a little bit of a dry fit just so that I can see where everything should go. But I'll do the same as with the red panda, which is to glue down the eyes flat to my circle base, and then put a little bit of that 3D glue gel behind the muzzle to give that a little bit of dimension, make it really feel like it's coming forward, from the face. And so that's how easy it is to turn the bear into more of a panda bear. So just a couple of extra passes to turn those bandit stripes into your little kind of panda patch, panda eye patches. And it's super, super adorable. I will finish off 2 cards today. I am going to make some 4x6 cards that are fairly simple, because I just love these little characters, so I just want to really let them shine. But as well, I've got the perfect embossing folders to go with these pandas. I actually have a 3D embossing bamboo folder from Spellbinders. If I can find links to everything that I use that's an older product, I'll try to list that in the description box below. But for the panda, I'm going to use the 3D bamboo embossing folder. And then for my red panda, I have a more leafy embossing folder that I think is also a 3D embossing folder. And so it works out just perfect. And I put them both against, or I embossed a green panel of cardstock that's been cut to 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to use one of the sentiments that comes in the collection. And it's really the only one that's not punny, and I think not specifically holiday. So this one just says a little something for you, which I like, because it can be just very general purpose. It could be for a birthday. It could be for anything, really. Maybe some happy mail. I've got some swaps coming up, so these cards might be great to send along with that. And so here's that final close-up look of some of that white gel pen work on the eyes. It really does bring, any character to life if you just put a little bit of a white circle or oval in their black eyes. So those are my cards today. I hope that you enjoy this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and a comment below. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get alerted whenever I post new content to my channel. Thanks so much, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye!